Okay, guys, so I'm really excited to have everybody on so I could talk about vision tonight. This is something that's like really near and dear to my heart, and I really believe that it's something that will really like make you successful. And if you're struggling right now, I really feel like this is probably something that is lacking. And I feel like once you find it and once you really understand what having vision is all about, it just kind of makes everything so much easier, and you're less likely to actually like fall off. Okay, so what exactly is vision? I know we talk about it a lot, and I know there's been a lot of calls where I've asked you guys to make like a vision board, like the things you want out of your future. But having vision isn't just about that board. And I feel like I might have confused you guys a little bit, because as I was making a slideshow, I was like, I kind of always talked about it as having a vision board and like putting it in front of you, but I've never actually talked about like everything else that kind of goes with it. And so it's not just future things. Like it needs to be like today, every moment, every single time you're talking to somebody, a vision for like everything as a whole, not just what you want 5 years down the road, not just pasting pictures onto a board of what you would love to have. Like you need to have vision starting every day. Like when you wake up in the morning, you need to have a vision for what you want that day to look like. When you're talking to people about Beachbody, you need to have a vision of what you want that conversation to be. It kind of just needs to be all around, and it takes a little bit of getting used to, especially if you're not used to like projecting like what you want to happen out of everything. But once you do, oh my God, it is like a complete game changer. So if you're struggling with vision, there's a few ways to like get it going. Do It Jones. He is a photographer for National Geographic, and we got to watch him speak in Summit, and he was so amazing. Like literally my favorite speaker out of all of Summit. And he said, vision plus passion plus purpose plus creativity equals amazing life. And honestly, I've been like keeping that in my mind, because yeah, he was talking about photography, but it just ties in so much with Beachbody, like having a vision for what you want and then having a passion for that. Like we're all coaches because we have passion for it. Having a purpose, like why are we doing this? Like we each know why we're doing it. That's our purpose. Plus creativity, thinking out of the box, trying new things. When you put all of those together, that is going to give you that life that you have been dreaming up. But you cannot get it if you are missing one of these things. Like they all have to go together. If you're struggling with creating visions, there's a few things that you could do. If you reflect on stories showing others visions that came true, I did this so much, guys, when I first started. I would go on YouTube, and I'm a YouTube crazy person, I know, but and I would watch videos of Success Club, or not Success, the success stories of coaches. So like single moms who were in debt and they came out of it, Scotty Hobbs, Caleb Thomas, they all have really, really good just stories. I think it's Scotty Hobbs who actually like sold his Xbox so he could pay that $40 to become a coach. He didn't have a computer. He literally worked his business like from his neighbor's house. And now he's in the Millionaires Club. Like stories like that, like give you vision. They give you hope. You're realizing that these people had a vision and they made it come true. You also need to take time and realize like what this world has to offer. If you guys have been watching my Facebook, like I post all the time, like you are not meant to feel defeated, depressed, like unhappy with your body. Like we were given one life, guys. Like we need to make the best out of that. And once you start realizing like everything that could happen just in life through Beachbody, through, getting in shape, feeling better, like how happy that you are designed to be, you're like, oh my God, it just opens so many doors. It's insane. I read a quote once that said, you have no idea how amazing that you are meant to feel. And it's so true. But if you start thinking like, I could feel that way, it kind of helps you put your vision together a little bit more, and celebrating what is right and what could go right in this world. Negativity not only brings you down, but it brings people down around you. When you're just being happy about what's going right, and you're believing that, things could go right, you're going to start having visions of what you want, and it'll make it a lot easier to think about what type of visions you want for your life. So once you're kind of getting this down and you're like watching success stories, you're realizing that you can have this amazing, awesome life and all these things are going to go right for you. What do you do after that? Creativity. You have to turn your ordinary vision into something extraordinary. If we have done a one-on-one call, or if you have been on a call with me where we talk about dreams, goals, and visions, you know that I will not let you settle for anything ordinary. You do not need to have a vision to make $100 a month and change one person's life a month. That is ordinary. Like, that is nothing crazy. You need to have a huge, extraordinary vision and dreams for your life. A little quote that Do It Jones said was, vision happens when we fall in love with what could be, then we'll focus on this vision and make it happen for our lives. So when you're thinking about your vision, what's going to happen is you're going to start feeling really excited, especially if it's an extraordinary one where it's just amazing and it kind of just like blows your mind thinking about it. The more you think about that and the more you focus on it, you are going to become like obsessed with this vision. You are going to love this vision, and you are going to do anything you can to make that vision happen. Next slide. Okay, so why do you need a vision? Vision releases passion and energy into the world. I know that sounds like a little weird, but when you really think about it, when you have passion that is like coming from your vision about this business, that passion and that energy that you are feeling, it will be felt and seen by anybody that you're talking to about this business. And that is huge, especially if you are struggling finding coaches or challengers and you just kind of like, what am I doing wrong? It could go back to your like you not having vision or passion. I have sold so many challenge packs and signed up so many coaches off of my pure passion for this business and the vision that I see. So you really need to work on this, because guys, like once you start feeling that passion and this excitement, even if you're on Facebook and you're messaging somebody, it is going to come through to them and they are going to want to join you. Vision also gives you purpose. Have you ever had those days where you're just like, I just want to like lay on my couch and like not do anything, and if one more person messages me, I'm going to be like, not even going to pick up my phone. Okay, everybody has those days, but when you have a vision for your life that is like so strong and you're so excited about it and you believe that Beachbody is going to do it is going to make it so much easier for you to push through those days, even when you do not want to. Vision also gives you direction. So if you're struggling with why you're doing this or what you're supposed to be doing, or, do I want to hit diamond? I don't know. I don't know if I want to make a dance. I don't know if I want to sign up coaches. When you have a really strong vision, it's going to sum up exactly why you're doing this and why you need to push through. So like say you want to be making, $3,000 a month, you don't want to be working, you want to stay home with your kids, you're just seeing this huge vision, like vacations, all these fun, amazing things, right? You're not going to get that as a regular coach who isn't selling any challenge packs and who isn't even trying to work their business. You're going to get that as 1, 2, 3-star diamond, have a team, you're hitting Success Club 10 at least every month. So you're giving yourself direction. You're knowing that if I want to reach this amazing vision that I want so bad, like in my core, that these are my goals and this is what I need to do. And from there, you can set up what exactly you need to do each and every day to get there. Okay, so vision steps. Train your technique. So by that, it's kind of just be ready for anything life throws your way. We all know that Beachbody is not perfect. We know that people say no. We know that people ignore us. But you need to be prepared for that, and you need to not let that hinder you going on with this business. Place yourself in a place of most potential. So if something works for you, do it. If it's not working, don't do it. I mean, if you are on Facebook, I think there's a ton of potential on Facebook, but maybe that's not for you. Maybe you have a ton of potential at your job. Then do that. Wherever you feel the most potential is for you to grow this business, place yourself there. Be open to possibilities you've never dreamed of. One of the quotes is, what will I be given today, and will I be open enough to see it? So you can't have a closed mind, guys. Like, you really need to just think of everything, every possibility. I mean, even if it's not even something you've thought of, like, you need to be open enough to see that and realize that it's a good thing happening and not a bad thing. Focus on vision by celebrating what is right. So if you're having a hard day and you've only got one yes, and I struggle with this, like, especially a lot of the times I want to sell like at least 1 to 2 challenge packs a day, right? It's always my goal, and I want to hit Success Club 30. And I remember one time I was talking to somebody on the team, and I was so upset by the fact that I was only at Success Club 10. Like, upset to the fact that I was, like, defeated. And I couldn't see past the fact that I only hit Success Club 10. And I mean, it was like the 10th of the month or something stupid. Like, I'm not even really sure why I was mad, but I was like really, really upset. And I was talking to a coach, and she was like, Elena, like, what is wrong? Like, you need to see what's right about this. Like, why aren't you happy? Like, why aren't you excited about this? Like, this is getting you closer to where you want to be. Like, you're doing amazing. And it kind of like snapped me back. Like, I was not at all thinking about what was right. But once I did, and once I started thinking, okay, it's like the 10th of the month that I'm at Success Club 10, like, that is freaking amazing, I like snapped back with a passion and with like so much fire. And I think that month I hit like Success Club like 40, like, it was insane. But I went back because when I started thinking about everything that was right about what I was doing, I like got energy. I was like ready to do this. Like, I was not going to let anything stand in my way. It really, guys, when you focus on what is right, it puts you back on the path to getting your vision. The fifth thing is, remember that it's not about finding the right answers. It's about continuing to find the right answers and be able to push through the wrongs and keep your passion. So DeWitt Jones at Summit, he talked about this a little bit. I know a few of us on here are at Summit, so sorry you guys are kind of getting the same speech over again. But he was talking about how he went out to a field, and the first day there was like the little weed dandelion flowers, you know, that you blow. And he was like upset about it because like nothing was right. And he went out there to get this amazing picture. And like the second day, he didn't give up. And he's like, I'm going to come back the next day. And then it was like dead grass or something. And then like the third day he went out and there was one dandelion. And instead of like being like, yeah, like nothing's right, like this is stupid, I'm just going to like give up because all of this is wrong, he like thought about his vision and what he wanted, and he like tried different things. So he got like above the dandelion and beside it and on top of it, you know, like he said he was rolling around like in the grass, like just trying to find the right through the wrongs. And he showed this picture that he got, and it was amazing. And it was from like underneath the dandelion looking up into the sky, and it was beautiful. And the only reason he got that is because he did not give up when he was getting like the wrong days, the wrong answers. He kept pushing through to find the right. And when he did, it was like mind blowing. So just remember, like, you have to keep going, like no matter what. Okay, this is a lot. That's why it's like all tiny. So say when you have your vision and you're super excited and you're ready to go, there are always going to be setbacks. I posted in the team page today about Beachbody being a roller coaster, because it is. So say you wake up today and you're going to work out, you're going to work your business, like you have a vision for the day, you have your vision for the month and the year and so on. You know, you have your goals, you got your technique, you're dreaming huge, you're like, everything's going to go right, and I have so much passion. Then you sit down and you like stare at your computer, right? And you're just like, oh God, like I don't even know who to message, or message people and everybody ignores you, and you can tell they read it and you're just like, oh, why aren't you responding? Or you sit there and you're like, oh, I don't know, like maybe I'm not going to message that person because like they're probably going to say no and I'm too afraid. Okay, that has happened to everybody, but setbacks are meant to teach us. If you have not read Failing Forward, you really need to read it, because it does talk about this a lot, about how you fail at different situations, but you use it to teach you. Nothing will ever come from this, guys, unless you push yourself out of your comfort zones. you have to keep your eyes open for learning experience. So if nobody is responding back to you, what do? You do not get defeated. You do not get depressed. You do not give up. You go back and you look at what you're saying to those people and you perfect your technique. Because if they are not responding, it is probably something to do with the way that you are coming off. I had to do this so much. Like, I know now I have scripts for you guys that I could just like copy and paste real quick for you. But I didn't have those coming in. Like, I could show you guys messages where I sent this huge salesy message, like everybody on my friends list. It is so bad. I'll try to find one and send it to you guys, but it is like literally horrible. And nobody ever responded to it. And it took a few tries. And when I realized nobody was responding to it, I changed my technique. I worked on asking them more questions about themselves. You just can't give up. You need to really learn from what's happening in your business. That's what the next thing is. Is there something amazing happening? Is your eyes open enough to see it? So, I mean, even with that situation, like, I could have been defeated, but instead, like, I really took it as a learning, like, curve. Like, seriously, like, if people would have just responded, or if I would have just given up, I would have never came up with scripts. I would have never came up with the correct way to invite people. I mean, it's helped me so much. If all you're getting no's, do you know how many follow-ups? How many, like, do not get defeated on no's. Same thing. If you're sad about no's, go for no's. Great book. But when I get a lot of no's, all I keep telling myself is that is a ton of follow-ups for next month, which is setting me up for Success Club. It is a ton of seeds planted, and seriously, like, all those no's that you're hearing right now is going to build you so much momentum in your business in the near future. Like, majority of people that order from me are people who have said no to me like 1 month to like a year ago, but they keep coming back around. So, like, do not be defeated over those. A big part about having vision is if you believe in it. Like, do you believe that your ordinary life could be extraordinary? Because if you don't believe in it, it's not going to happen. And do you believe that this $140 you paid to sign up and get your challenge pack, do you believe that this is the best $140 you've ever spent? Like, serious question. You know what I mean? Because if you do not believe that, or if you do not believe that Shakeology is worth $130, you will never sell it. You will never sign up a coach. But when you have vision and you see what's going to happen in your life, yeah, that $140 is going to be the best $140 you've ever spent in your whole life. And you're going to let every single person know that, and they are going to want to join you. Guys, you just really have to remember, like, when you're having setbacks, if it does not work, just change it up and find something that does. Like, you really have to, I really want you guys to read Failing Forward and go for a no. Like, it totally changes your mindset on no's. And when you feel like you're failing, they're both really, really good books. So please write those down and buy them. Sorry, I suck at this. Vision will completely change your life. Like, I know a lot that before I started Beachbody, I lacked a ton of vision. I mean, I was talking to one of my friends who isn't doing Beachbody about this the other day, but, like, I just had no vision for my life. Like, I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I felt completely lost. It was just no direction. And it's a crazy thought to, like, look back and see myself that way. But guys, like, having vision now and having belief that my life could be extraordinary and it could just be so amazing, it changes everything. You're going to be believing in things. You're going to be happier. You're going to have passion in your life, not just with Beachbody, but with everything. I mean, even with my kids, like, I'm a happier person. Like, it's crazy. And it's going to change your mindset. A lot of people I have talked to that are coaching have said, like, even in, like, a short amount of time, just believing and having this passion, and, you know, they're just like, oh my God, I'm a whole different person. Like, people don't even, like, they're like, what is happening to you? Why are you acting this way? Like, you're so different. You're so much happier. It just keeps you in the right mindset, and it'll keep you pushing on the days you don't feel like doing anything. Like I have said before, the people who are successful in this business, they have a strong why. They have a strong vision, and it keeps them going no matter what. They're the consistent people. And if you are struggling with being consistent and then you're like looking around and you're like, how is Elena doing this every day for a year? Like, why is she so consistent? Why is Andrea so consistent? What do they have that I don't? It is a stronger vision and a stronger why, 100%. Because that vision and that why will give you that work ethic, that drive, and that passion to make this business an amazing opportunity for you. Guys, it's just something you really, really like have to focus on. I can't preach it enough. Also, leaders. I have a few leaders on this call, and I know I have people that want to be leaders. Leaders nurture their daydreams and their visions. It is huge. Guys, if you do not have vision for yourself and your team will not thrive. Andrea and I had a huge talk on this because I did lack vision, like I said. And before I had vision for what I wanted out of my team and my business, it was really hard to get any coaches. It was really hard to keep anybody motivated, and it kind of just like sucked. But she told me, like, how are you going to like have your team and teach them to like do things if you don't have it yourself? You have to have a vision, leaders. And not only do you have to have your vision, you must be dedicated to making it happen and showing others that visions can come true. Because we are here to inspire people. And we inspire people through our visions that turn into reality. Those success stories, staying home, all those things you want to do in life. When you make them happen and you are able to share that, that is going to motivate your team. That is going to motivate those strangers on your Facebook. Leaders, like if you are lacking motivation or if you are wanting to become a leader and grow in this business, I urge you to find your vision and do everything in your power to make it happen. That's what I did. It gave me a huge amount of drive. I can tell you that a lot of my visions I've had for my life have came true. I share them on my Facebook all the time, but it really, really helps. This is my vision board that I made last year. I'm going to remake it, but like honestly, my favorite part is probably like the third paragraph down. I want to lead with passion and integrity, to always be humble and grounded, to never take anything for granted, and to never forget my past, to always choose the right thing to do, to lead by example, to show my children that anything is possible, to teach them to work for their dreams, work to make every dream come true because they can, and I want to be proof of that. That's what I want. I want to show my kids that they don't have to work 9 to 5, that their dreams can come true, and I am making it happen. Like, I have quit my jobs. I am staying home. They know I do Beachbody. They know I work from home. They know exactly what Beachbody is and how it's changed my life. Like, that's what I've wanted for them. And it's happening. And I could share that with people. But guys, I really urge you, there's so many typos on this vision thing. I'm going to remake it. But I really urge you guys to make a vision statement for you. Make one for your team. And every day, I urge you to wake up with a vision for that day. And if it's too much to think about the day, make a vision for the hour. Make a vision for your conversations. Have vision in everything that you do, and you guys are going to see so much more passion, drive, and you're going to see your business like grow like so much. It's going to blow your mind. I promise you. That's it for vision. We have like 8 minutes, so let me stop this recording.